Right, today this video is I'm going to be giving you telling you guys what I've learned and what I got from my surveys that I did the other week, and tell you about and just outline my surveys and what I got from it. So basically, my first survey about 90s DJs, I had 32 responses for the survey, and my main focus for the survey was to focus on people that were my age, so we'll say 16 to about 20, and then people that actually went out clubbing in the 90s, so that's about 35 to 55, shall we say. I got 34.4% of the responses were ages between 36 and 55, and I'm going to be throughout the research I focused mostly on that age group when looking at the results, because like I said, they went out in the 90s clubbing and they know more of 90s music than people my age, and only 31.3% actually were my age. So I was focusing more on the older group because they and on my surveys I focused, one of the questions were the favourite genre, and so I've had some old 90s house, garage and jungle because that's what the music I was focusing on. And from that research I got that 90% of the people that were aged 36 to 55 liked house out of them the three genres of music. So I was like, okay, if that's what the main stuff back in the 90s, I'm going to focus more on 90s music at my event, which I'm going to be doing. And then, but only out of all the responses I got, 54.8% of people picked house, which proves that house is the number one genre people like listening to, and was the music that was around back in the 90s. The other question was 90s DJs, so wrote a load of DJs' names down. I was like, so you guys pick the DJs that you're feeling, that and the most that was picked was, of course, The Prodigy, because they're people still listen to that music now, and and the next was Faithless, and then Carl Cox, and then Basement Jaxx. So with the top, how many did I say? 4 people. So I was like, so I've messaged one of my DJs, the first DJ that I'm playing, Chris, and I asked him to hey, make sure you play to get people up, dancing, get them in the groove, play that sort of music, them people, because people are gonna be like, oh, it's Prodigy, it's these people, I like that music, let's have a look at Moles and check it out. So that's what I've asked one of my DJs to do, because that also gets people there, dancing them out, brings people into. And also I asked, what do you remember when you went out clubbing? So of course I only picked some only picked the answers from people that went out in the 90s, and they said getting ready and dressing up, the freedom, people and how much freedom they had, the top tunes, fab outfits, friends and drinks, giggles, it was happy days, hang out with friends, music and overall experience, dancing, hang out with friends and get ready and dress up. So I think I already said that one. So a lot of people that went out in the 90s went out, they remember the top memories are getting ready, and the good music about them and the freedom. But because it's 2019, there's not as much freedom, so I can't really do much there, can I? And yeah, but so basically my camera died, so I have to film it on my phone. I can't remember where I was going when it died. What was I on about? Music and making sure people like the music. So yeah, that's what I got to try to do really, is make music sound sick. Well, not me personally, but get the DJs to play music that I know people like. So the first DJ, make sure they play like Prodigy, like Carl Cox, Danny Rap, or Basement Jaxx, Faithless, and like there's a lot more, but yeah, I'm not gonna name all of them because there's quite a few. But get like known artists from that era and get Chris to like play that music, because then, like I said, gets people down, gets people like, oh, it sounds 90s, and people like that music. So that would tick off like what people remember and try to make that a positive. I like that. And play more house music, as that's what people want, and that was like the top notch of what people want. And yeah, that's what I got from that one. So yeah.